Hi there, Mark and Tracy Ashbridge here, and today we're going to talk to you a little bit about how to do a business plan and how to measure and track your numbers, which is very important. So stay tuned and we'll dive into today's video. Hey guys, welcome back. So today we're going to talk to you about the importance of setting up a business plan and what we refer to as a rolling 90-day plan, and how to measure and track your numbers and the importance of doing that. Aren't we, Tracy?
Absolutely. So when you're going on holiday or you're going on a road trip, you don't just get in the car and start driving. You don't just drive out the garage and start driving, because you don't know where you're going. And that's a lot of the case for people in business. They don't know where they want to go, or they don't actually know, they know where they want to be, but they have no idea how to get there. So for us, if we wanted to jump in the car and drive to Sydney, we'd actually have to plan out which route we're going to take. We've got a couple of different options. So we actually have to get in the car, think about where we're going to go, look at the map, consult, look at the options, which one's quicker, which one's slower, which one has the most traffic lights, because they drive Mark mad. So we just need to look at the different options. So when you're doing your business plan, if you know your destination, do you actually know how you're going to get there? Because if you get to a roadblock on your road trip, well, then you take a diversion. But how do you know you've hit a roadblock in your business if you're not tracking your numbers? So Mark's going to talk a little bit about how you do a 90-day plan.
Exactly. So some good points there, Tracy. And I guess the first place to start off is to write down what your ultimate goals and dreams are, okay? So you've got your pinnacle of success right up there. And then what we essentially do is work backwards, okay? So you start to drill that ultimate goal down into sub-goals, sub-objectives, until you're able to essentially break it down to a daily action plan. So depending on obviously what business you're in, you need to understand whatever marketing plan you have. All sort of network marketing companies have different ranks, if you want to call them that, and you need to understand what level of business you need to have achieved to obtain whatever rank or whatever goal or whatever income level you want, and then based on that, obviously you can begin to work out, for example, how many people you need to have recruited. How many reps you need to have recruited in your business, or how many sales you need to have made, or whatever it is. And then drilling further down from that, you need to understand how many, and this is very, very important, how many people you need to talk to in order to recruit one person. Okay? Now once you know that number, your business becomes very, very easy. But where most people fail is they don't do that at all. They just ad hocly, or on a ad hoc basis, just talk to people whenever the time or situation suits. They don't actively strive towards achieving a target. So what we basically suggest you do is, work out a ultimate time frame whereby you want to achieve something, and then break it down into 90-day sub goals. So say you're 4 or 5 levels from where you want to be. Well, you might say, well, in 90 days I'm going to get to the first level, and the next 90 days the next one, the next 90 days, and so on until you achieve where you want to go. So then work out for the first 90 days, well, okay, I need to have done X amount of business. In order to do that, I need to have made X amount of sales or recruited X amount of reps. And then start to track how many people you need to, as I said, how many you need to speak to on to recruit somebody. Because what you're looking for here is how many calls, or how many conversations, calls, blog posts, videos, whatever marketing activity you do leads to a conversion, okay, or to a sign up. So you need to measure that process, because you may have X amount of presentations, or pieces of content creates a lead, and X amount of follow-ups is needed to convert that lead into a client. So you need to be tracking all those processes all along the way. And then once you're able to do that, you may say, well, I get a 1 in 10. Okay, for example, I get a 1 in 10, and I know I need let's say a downline of 10, just to make the numbers easy. So I've got to speak to 100 people. So if I speak to 100 people in the next 90 days, I know through my tracking and of all my conversions and my follow-ups and how many leads and so on, I know that if I speak to 100 people, statistically, I'm going to recruit 10 of those. And it's the same if you're doing sales. You know, if your business has a retail arm, and you know you need to do a certain amount of retail sales or a certain amount of volume per month, then again it's the same deal, exactly the same. Well, how much do you need to make? How much sales do you need to make? And then obviously track your conversions. So obviously when you first start, you don't need this number, but you've got to start somewhere. You've got to start tracking somewhere. So start tracking now. But as you get some history, you're able to say, well, okay, I need to speak to 5 people to make 1 retail sale, radio. So I need to make, whatever it is, just do the math, 5 retail sales a month. So I need to speak to 25 people in order to get my numbers, whatever those cases may be. And then when you get really advanced, and if you're doing multiple marketing strategies, so you may be doing blogging, you may be doing videoing, you may be attending networking events, you may be doing a whole host of other recruiting strategies, and if you're looking for those, then by all means download our book, 20 ways to recruit people, or to prospect people, or 20 ways to get leads. Sorry, 20 ways to get leads. It's going off on a tangent, but you're then able to track each specific marketing activity, and then you're able to work out which one works better, because it may be that videoing, you only have to shoot 5 videos and get 50 people to look at them before you get an inquiry, versus I don't know, you may have to write 10 blog posts and get 100,000 visitors before someone follows up with you. So you're able to track those numbers, or maybe you need to make 10 cold phone calls, or 50 cold phone calls, or you need to speak to 100 people, whatever. But the important thing is that once you track each marketing activity, then you're able to work out which one is working, okay, which one's working the best, and then you can focus on those, with the overriding objective being to maximize your effectiveness of your marketing. So the holy grail, I guess, is to have as many conversions for the minimum amount of effort, or minimum quantity of activity. That's obviously what you're trying to achieve. But unless you measure all that, unless you track all that, you have absolutely no idea what's working, what's not. You have no idea if what you're currently doing is deriving the results that you need in order to achieve the objectives and goals that you've set out for yourself.
Be a bit like driving around in a neighbourhood. You're going to your friend's place, you've got no map, you're just driving around aimlessly, you've got no address, but they live here somewhere.
Yeah, they live in this country.
You're just driving around aimlessly, you've got no idea whether you're in the right direction, or it could be next door, or it could be miles away from the direction you need to be.
Exactly. And the worst place, of course, you can be is if you haven't even established yourself a goal at all. And that's literally the worst thing you can do, because you are just swimming around, treading water, not doing anything. Because you don't know what are you trying to achieve? It's the first question to ask yourself. What are you trying to achieve? The second question you ask yourself is, how am I going to achieve it? And the third question you ask yourself is what I'm doing now sufficient enough to achieve that in the time frame that I've set myself? And then you can begin to adjust those things if needed, so long as you got all your numbers.
Yeah.
You know you're tracking conversions.
The fourth one in there is, if it's not working, who am I going to talk to? Who can I turn to that can help me with this? Because sometimes you feel like you're on your own, you're completely lost, you've got no map. So who can I turn to? Who can help me?
Exactly. Very important to have that mastermind group, the mentorship in your business, to be able to, bounce these things off. It's very, very important. So that draws us to the end of this video. I hope you found value in that. So again, establish your goals and make sure you know and track your numbers on everything you do. Make sure you track your conversions. How many do you need to do to get one person? That's the most important number. If you found value in that, please feel free to comment below, and again share this video with any colleagues you may have. And we look forward to seeing you even on the next video. See you later.
Bye for now.
Bye.